We often think that being aggressive and getting respect go hand in hand, but does it? Notice how Dr. Jay Shankar and Dr. Jordan Peterson, two people, absolute different leagues, absolute different countries, handle high pressured situations, stay cool, and gain respect of millions speaking their mind. Even my clients have been asking me the same thing.
निशा किसी को कैसे मना लेते हैं?
Everybody is asking me this question these days.
कैसे?
Everybody. कैसे? Okay. So there are a lot of learnings over the years that as a coach I have learned. I happen to be a ferocious reader, that you know, right? And I study about psychology regularly. So there are keys here. First key is nailing exactly what the person is feeling.
Notice how Dr. Jaishankar points out the feeling of difference by giving an example of different cultures.
You know, in our part of the world, when people meet people, they are given to embracing each other. It may not be part of your culture, but I assure you it's part of ours.
And how our leaders are leading with example.
Uh, so, in fact, today I think I saw the Prime Minister also embrace President Zelensky, and I've seen him do it with a number of other leaders in a number of other places.
And Dr. Jordan Peterson also does exactly the same thing by pointing out the feeling of offense, and Kathy Newman suddenly goes speechless.
Because in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. I mean, look at the conversation we're having right now. You know, like you're certainly willing to risk offending me in the pursuit of truth. Why should you have the right to do that? It's been rather uncomfortable.
So you haven't sat there and I'm just trying to work that out. I mean,
And he drives her further into agreement by pointing out that they both are practicing exactly the same thing.
Why should you have the right to do that? It's been rather uncomfortable.
well, I'm very glad I put you on the spot.
Another very important thing that you should do is to make sure that there is nothing in between you and the listener. Not even a glass of water, not a computer, nothing at all. See how beautifully Dr. Jaishankar removes the flower pot very smoothly.
Okay. In this situation, you were feeling scared. What if I lost my money again? Right?
Yeah.
So, unless I know where the fear is coming from, I won't be able to deal with it. Right? So, we had a conversation where I got to know where the fear is coming from. And I removed the risk exactly from that point.
How it possible?
Huh?
How it possible?
How did I make it possible? Okay, so I asked you some questions, I told you some stories, and I was listening to you very, very carefully.
And a compliment makes it even faster to agree the other person with you. In the pressured situation, it's difficult, but look how beautifully Dr. Jordan Peterson does it.
You're doing what you should do, which is digging a bit to see what the hell's going on.
Now, it might sound age old advice, but again, you have to listen very carefully when somebody is talking to you and somebody, especially, is sharing their fears with you. Make notes if you have to, just like Dr. Jaishankar here.
Each and everything. I was also confirming with you that is this what is making you conscious about? Right? I asked you many things. On one point, you said that this is the main source of issue here. Right? And when I got the confirmation, okay, this is the thing that is creating the problem, a hurdle in our further path. Can I do something about it?
Okay.
Right? Then I devised a plan. and you agreed to the plan.
Okay.
Simple.
Good.
The biggest, hardest task is to nailing the emotion the other person is feeling. Okay? And for that, I would like to tell you, I run a group which is called Talk Like a Pro. Okay? Where I help people to build these abilities which I have learned over the years, and we do a role play. Okay? And then and there live, people give me situations that this is something happened with me this week, and tell me how you would get out of that situation.
Oh, okay.
Feel free to join us, and if you will give me any situation over there, I would take it as a challenge and try to
Solve.
tell you that if I was in that situation, how I would try to convince the other person to come in my favor.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So that is something additional benefit you get with Opt Logic, that we are building you to become a pro yourself.
Got it.
Okay? I want to show you a clip of it.
Okay.
Alright? For you also, I will leave a sample. Keep watching. Okay? Thank you so much.
How do you get to convince everybody every time? Well, not every time, but most of the times. Become a memorable, impressive, and impactful thought leader with 7x Your Impact by OpLogic. Subscribe now and don't forget to follow us at Nisha OpLogic on Instagram.